So another sleepless night, and I look around, like who's making sense out there in the world, and having some chili, eating some chips, turkey. Yeah, it's gonna help me get to sleep. I hope. One of those things. It's like with tryptophan. I think that's what they call it. This the stuff that's in turkey that makes you sleepy. So that's turkey is my go-to when I want to try to get some rest. And I'm looking in. What are people doing in the world? What's making sense? And it's like sometimes the world makes more sense now, and sometimes it used to make a lot more sense back then. There's a pendulum, of course, all that stuff. And something that used to make sense to me. So my hearing got tinnitus, really, really bad, and diminished hearing, some kind of inner ear thing. Uh, it's difficult to hear more than one person talking at once. And let's say I'm in a restaurant and you got to lean in, and uh, but the other senses, of course, they become heightened. But what the actual speech and things are, if there's crosstalk, talking over, and then it's like, okay, you get into an argument about something. It's like, oh, that's all you hear is, oh, you don't hear anything. I don't hear, at least I don't hear anything anymore. All I hear is, oh, I don't hear sensical. I don't hear, it's just nonsense. It's like Alice in Wonderland, Tea Party, Mad Hatter style. I just don't hear it. So, like, I'm watching this movie. Um, what's it called now? The Silent Hour, and it's got the guy. Um, I think it's Joel McKinnon, something like that. But so he's got diminished hearing. He was shell shocked, and he's trying to listen to his daughter, and he's trying to get this hearing aid to work, and the thing goes blaring, shocks him, and then he's all he can see is the phone. And Apple just did a thing where they have these hearing aids. It was like, is this movie to like, you know, you never, yeah, I think too much because I don't sleep that well, so I think too much. So I was like, when did the world make sense? And I was thinking about silence, silence, something about silence. Silence makes me. So I was like, Rage Against the Machine, and oh, and this was when Tom Morello was actually, raging against the machine instead of being a part of the machine. And I had to make my peace with that after I found out he's, now a part of the machine. And so I went looking for the lyrics, and I was like, it's been so long. It was, what was it, 90 something, early 90s, and of course, let's see, song lyrics. Silence. Something about silence make me sick, cause silence can be violent, sort of like a slit wrist. Cause if the vibe was suicide, then you would push the button. But if you were bound down, then let me do the cutting. Speak the sounds, but speak in silent voices. Like radio is silent through it fills the air with voices. Its transmissions bring submission as you mold to the unreal. And Mad Boy grips the microphone with a fist full of steel. And we're in the mosh pit. Right? Yeah, and a mad boy grips the microphone with a fistful of steel. With a fistful of steel, because I know the power of a question. With a fistful of steel. And I won't stop, because I know the power of a question. It's time to flow like the fluid in your veins, if you will. I will split it and out just as quick as you came. Not a silent one, but a defiant one. Never a normal one, cause I'm the bastard son with the visions on the move. Vocals not to soothe, but to ignite and put it in flight. Cause my sense of militants grooving, playing that game called survival. The status, the elite, the enemy, the rival, the sheep, the silent, flipping and tripping. Give you a glimpse of the reality I'm gripping, stepping into the jam, and I'm slamming like Shaquille. Mad Boy grips with a microphone full of steel. Yeah, and Mad Boy grips the microphone with a fistful of steel. With a fistful of steel. Because I know the power of a question. With a fistful of steel. With a fistful of steel. And I won't stop because I know the power of a question. Ah, shit! Here comes another bomb track. And if the vibe was suicide, then you would push the button. Because if you're bowing down, then let me do the cutting. Here, come on. A 44 full of bullets with a face full of pale, eyes full of empty, a stare full of nails. The roulette ball rolls along the wheel, a mind full of fire and a fist full of steel. And if the vibe was suicide, then you will push the button. But if you're bowing down, then let me do the cutting. Yeah, with a fist full of steel. That was on the bomb track. Yeah, it's just another bomb track. But that was a fistful of steel. And that was back when Tom Morello and the Rage, it was Rage Against the Machine, not I am a puppet of the machine. So I don't know how it happened or when it happened, but it always happens. If you want to become Ellen and you have that fistful of steel, because I remember when Ellen, and I was like, good for Ellen, go, go. And I remember Oprah. It's like, yeah, color purple. Like, go. And then something along the way, if you want to actually make some money in the world, you bow down, and you let them do the cutting. And that's just the way the world works. But it seems like things are happening, things are changing, things are shifting. So, uh, the people are now looking at these people. And yeah, I'm not going to get into that. But yes, the people are looking and saying, why am I paying you this money? Why am I paying money? You're not doing what I want. You're doing something exactly the opposite of what's helping me. So if your teenager starts listening to Tom Morello from the past, you let them go listen to it. But if they're listening to Tom Morello of the nowadays, question it. So I guess I'll leave it there with your ponderance. Hey, Juicy J, meow meow meow, meow meow.